A very warm welcome to you wherever you are watching from around the world to the BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2023, right here from the beautiful city of Suzhou in Jiangsu province in eastern China. The action has been happening all week and now closing in on the big day itself, finals day. Of course, this finals weekend, the fans have been thronging through the gates. Had the quarterfinals yesterday, all the action happening here at the Suzhou Olympic Sports Center. On court one, well, 2 sessions for the semi-finals on day 7. The morning session about to kick off, Malaysia taking on Korea, and then later on this evening, about 5 p.m. local time, China versus Japan. And here is the draw. Those are the results from the quarterfinals. On this side of the draw, as you can see, Malaysia taking on Korea, who beats Chinese Taipei 3-1. A tight tie there. Of course, Malaysia coming through 3-1 themselves over Denmark. Helped a little by the retirement of Victor Axelsen, but not by much. And there is the cup that they're all fighting for, created in honor of great protagonist of Indonesian badminton, Dik Sudirman, 22-karat gold for 22 years of service. And joining me in the commentary box for the semi-final today, very honored to have former Danish national head coach Steen Pedersen. Steen, having a look at Malaysia.
Yeah, very strong team. Women's singles, perhaps the weak area, but Go Jin-wei did her job in the previous matches. Here's the team huddle.
A couple of changes, no Go Soon-Huat and Siobhan Lai in the mixed doubles, and such great form from Aaron Chia and So Yik that Ong Yu-Sin and Teo Yi are sitting this one out. And Korea.
Definitely not a weak women's singles there with An Se-young looking very strong throughout the tournament. Perhaps the men's single is a little bit of a weaker spot against Korea, but we saw John Jin do very well against Japan in the group stage matches.
That's right. Ousted Kenta Nishimoto. That's why he's got his place over Lee Yun-gyu. Looking at the order of play, we're going to kick it off with the mixed doubles. Cheng Tang-ji and To Yi-wei taking on Seo Seung-jae and Che Yu-jung. Men's singles, Lee Zi-jia against John Hyuk-jin. And then Karu Pathevan Shana in the women's singles against An Se-young. Men's doubles after that, Aaron Chia, So Yik against Kim Won-ho and Na Sung-seong. And if needed, the women's doubles, Pearly Tan and Tinat Muralidharan against Baek Ha-na and Lee So-hee. I say if needed, of course, because in the knockout stage, it is the first nation to 3 points to qualify and progress. Now, players should be making their way out, but I know, Steen, that you believe this is going to be a 3-2.
I think a lot speaks for a 3-2 win, and I think the advantage is a little bit on the Korean side, but on the other hand, this mixed doubles here that we're going to watch in the beginning could totally change the complexion. If Malaysia can take that match, then they might be up for a 3-1 victory.
Absolutely, it all is about drive and hunger. Players coming out now to great fanfare here for the semi-finals. That's very nice. Cheng Tang-ji and To Yi-wei have shown some great spirit, and that's why they've earned their spots off the likes of Go Soon-huat and Siobhan Lai. But Steen, do you think this Malaysia team or the squad that's come to Sudirman Cup Finals stronger than previous versions?
Difficult to say. It's got a lot of depth in the mixed doubles department, and I think Cheng Tang-ji and To Yi-wei, they've been instrumental in getting to this semi-final here. Strong performances against Chinese Taipei and against Denmark.
That's right, Malaysia coming through Group C, Korea coming through Group D. And it was pretty steamrolling from Malaysia. 2 5-0s against Australia and India, then the 4-1 against Chinese Taipei, and then that 3-1 against Denmark. For Korea, well, it was a 4-1 against France, 4-1 against England, 5-0 against Japan. Was that a shock for you?
Yes, it was. They were really good. And especially in men's singles, John veteran, that he was able to defeat Kenta Nishimoto. That sort of punctured the Japanese team, who's bounced back and are playing the semifinals tonight.
So, coin toss.
Take point. Who's going to receive? Who's going to
shot first match in this tie to set the tone for both these nations.
And I think Chen and To won the coin toss and elected to start on the far side of the court, just like the previous two matches they've played.
So conditions throughout the week on this court, I know that some of the players have been talking about very fast conditions as well, but
yes.
What's your read for it?
There's a drift alongside the court, coming from the far side of the court towards the near side, and that's the side that the Malaysians have chosen to play in the first game here. So the way I see it, the first game is a must-win for Korea.
So looking at Cheng Tan-ji, 25 years old, he's had a really good performance, and really with Tony Wee, they've put in some good performances recently. They won the Orleans Masters. That was, I think, their first World Tour title, but also quarterfinalists at the Swiss Open, the German Open, and the Malaysia Open this year. It's been a good rise for them.
It has, and I think that's part of the story behind their performance here, that they come in with a lot of confidence. They played a couple of smaller tournaments and won those, only lost 8 matches as a combination since they were formed in a reshuffle of the mixed.
Well, having a look at their tournament results so far, not selected for the first 2 group stage games, and then a very good win against Chinese Taipei in the 3rd group stage, and then that huge win yesterday in 58 minutes against Christiansen and Boyen for Denmark. Looking at Seo Seung-jae. With Chae-Yu Jung, 25 years old, born in Jeonju and ranked 5th in the world. And what's your take on this Korean pairs team?
Yeah, well, they did really well in the All England in March, but the week previous to that, they lost in the second round of the German Open to, well, the pair that they're playing today, Chen Sang-ji and
doesn't bode well. Of course, different tournaments, different environment. It really is about the progression. The Sudirman Cup, as I said, with the 5 days of group stage action as well. It's quite the undertaking for these nations to come through. Of course, Korea, only one of 3 nations that's ever lifted the cup. But just looking at their tournament results, not selected for all 3 of the group stage games. Came in a good 43-minute straight games win in the quarterfinals. But yes, Korea have won it 4 times, so they'll be looking for their 5th victory, and I think they've made the semi-finals on a number of occasions. China, of course, by far the most celebrated, decorated Sudirman Cup winners, 12-time winners, looking for their 13th title, and here on home ground as well. Just as a point of fact, it's Indonesia, the only other nation that has won it. That was in the inaugural light naked edition. Umpire for this one, David Graf von Schwerin. Joined by service judge Su Xiaofeng. Out ready to get underway.
Che and Su were vastly experienced as they were part of the Korean team that won the title back in 2017, and perhaps that can help them. Also the fact that
ladies and gentlemen,
they're up for revenge.
On my right, Malaysia, represented by Cheng Tan-ji and Tui Wei. And on my left, Korea, represented by So Sang-jae and Chae-Yu Jung. Malaysia to serve, Tui Wei to So Sang-jae. Level. Play.
Pressure put on these 2 pairs to deliver that opening point. Expecting some nervy starts.
bit nervous yesterday in the match against Denmark, but really made her way into the match.
Semi-final appearance for Malaysia in their history. Never won it, of course.
I think it's going to be crucial for the Koreans to get her started. Very, very good at the front court, but not very dangerous, but good at setting her partner up.
You do need that. It's a double role, really. It's one thing just to play out the rallies, it's another thing to find those angles.
And the question is, what kind of shape is Chae Yu-jung in? As you mentioned, they weren't selected at all in the group stage. They withdrew from the second round of the Badminton Asia Championships just recently, last tournament before this World Championship. So I could imagine that Chae had been slightly injured.
Right, yeah. That was great, punctuated by Chen Tang-ji. Straight on the attack. So far, so good. 5-point lead for Malaysia. Be just double tying that lace. Snatched that by Chen Tang-ji.
A little surprised when I saw the lineup that Korea went with Siu and Chae and the scratch pairing in the men's doubles, because they also had the option of playing Kim Won-ho and Jung Na-eun, who in my opinion played really well in the group stage, and then Siu and Kang Min-hyuk in the men's doubles.
Got a lot of depth there, that's right.
Him and Jung were 1-1 in the head-to-head against the Malaysians.
7-2.
Chen Tang-ji right now putting himself very well. That's a great angle found. Got his body around that nicely. 7-2.
Good flicker.
Wow, how about that?
8-2.
But also the attitude of Joey Wei following the flick. And I just think it's a very good idea to flick Chae Yu-jung. I would flick every single time if I were her opponent.
It's good to cut that run of points from Xiao.
8.
Jae, since he was reschooled from men's singles to the doubles disciplines back in 2016. Shouldn't underestimate his capabilities.
4-8.
That was a good start for the Malaysians. Unfamiliar with that in this tournament. They've always, 2 matches they've played, they've started a little bit behind.
Yeah, they have really come out the blocks firing on all cylinders right now. Chen Tang-ji finding some big shots from backcourt. Doing enough clearing up at the net.
And you're playing this near side of the court here, you simply can't lift too much to your opponents because they're getting a bit of help from the grid. Total miss hit from Jae.
Error count is anything to go by. Right now it is Koreans only that are a little bit more nervy off the start, heading towards the mid-game interval. Mason's in a commanding position.
Oh, a fantastic save there by Chen.
Again, he's proving himself worthwhile. He's on his own. Well, if that point is anything to go by, then I think we're in for a real spectacle here. Absolutely rally of the match so far. Unbelievable defending from the Malaysians.
I think you can make a rule if you floor your opponent 4 times, then you win the point, no matter if it's still going.
And note that down to apply. That makes sense. One thing I did notice about Chen Kanji yesterday was how quickly his mobility around the court. Lateral or vertical, he gets around pretty quickly. Now that's unsuccessful, so Chen and To 11-4 up. Looking very, very good. Look at this. Gonna need a double court wipe there.
계속해서 하나 주고 반대쪽을
Great
자꾸
technique,
공략을
keeping your eyes
해준단
on the
말이야.
shuttle right
근데
to the
분명
end.
그 동작을 했을 때 유정이가 앞에서 그 길목을 잡아서 그 동작을 거돌려고 해줘야
Great
되고
memos to come from those
그만큼 더
pictures there.
움직임이 더 많이
A little
이게
bit of
공간이 더
sound
넓어져야 된다고 지금
added to
움직임이.
it.
한쪽만 보고 있으니까 플레이가 지금 내가 계속 볼을 밀려칠 수밖에 없단 말이야.
Memes these days, I think. Memes all over.
20
But really,
seconds.
wonderful point so
20
far. Just
seconds.
7 minutes into the match. And I wonder if that's really set the tone for this first semi-final. Just while we have the time, Steen, are these the 4 teams that you would have expected to be here? Any teams that you think were hard done by over the week?
I think Malaysia was a question mark.
11,
Japan, Korea, and
definitely.
China definitely expected.
play.
They've got their chance now. The deep serve.
Serve is over. 5, 11.
Just can't take things that late.
Played by Choi Wei.
Great, really fast.
The Koreans are going to try and get Che to the front court area where she's more comfortable and challenge To, and it's important for the Malaysian pair that she responds well.
Variation of shots from Chen Kanji.
36.
Disguising those drops, pulling the Koreans forward. That replay just shows you exactly how flat they were caught.
Totally dominant at the moment.
6.
Absolutely nothing to stop them, but it's the speed at
Yep.
the net that's really catching out the Koreans. 14-6 on serve.
Just not at all dangerous from the backcourt. Che Jong.
Agreed.
6.
that's the difference. You just get the feeling with Chen and To that they're marshalling backcourt, midcourt, frontcourt so well.
15.
Yeah, definitely playing, moving faster than their Korean counterparts. Well, they're front runners in the game here. How are they going to cope with that?
Unbelievable pattern of play. Just jumping on the shuttle is on from the serve interception, and then that's it. (16-8). Got that point buffer. Just had to wait out on the stick. You just get the feeling that the Koreans are hitting a wall.
Yeah, they can't score.
Can't get past Cheng Tang-ji. Longest rally of the match so far. And, well, it's beautiful to watch. 42 shots. Clearly defined roles for Chen and To. So just adding that extra net shot if needed. Cheng Tang-ji directing from the backcourt. Seo and Chai have to come up with some kind of way of breaking through that pattern. Certainly didn't expect this score from the first game. Wonderful start from Malaysia.
And the way they're playing right now, having seen a couple of China's matches, Chen and To looks like the best mixed doubles pair in the tournament.
That's big praise, especially based on the way Zheng Qiwei, Wang Yashong were playing yesterday.
Yeah, but they were struggling. They got out of jail, so to speak.
Right. It was good recovery, but they were. Yeah. For a good recovery, you have to be behind. 2 points needed here. And one of them gifted.
Serve is over. 9-19.
Almost. A couple of those. In fact, they probably afford another 5 of those. Form with the net, it's 10 game points.
Serve over. 11-20.
Plenty to work on for the Koreans. 21-11, 15 minutes played. Weissinestein, what can Korea do here?
자, 일단 움직이는 동작을 조금 더 발을 더 많이 움직일 수 있는 상황을 해야 되고 중간 볼을 쳤을 때 제가 빨리 치는 것도 하고 한번 반템포씩 줄여서 치는 것도 한단 말이에요. 그러니까 이제 거기서 조금 더 집중을 갖고 해줘야 된다고 움직이는. 그리고 어쨌든 중간 볼에 대해서 내가 볼을 자꾸 밑에서 치게 되면 시작하니까 이제 플레이를 늦추하게 칠 수밖에 없고 조금 더 앞으로 해놓고 조금 더 빨리 칠 수 있는 동작을 해줘야 되고 그리고 지금 여자도 마찬가지고 남자도 마찬가지고 플레이하는 쪽에 익숙하단 말이에요. 내가 먼저 대각 플레이를 해서 홀드 다니면서 하나만 터치면 뒤에서 밑에서 위에서 쳐서 올라오게끔 만들어줘야 되는데 제자리 서 있는 데다 치니까 자꾸 밀릴 수밖에 없어요. 그리고 치고 들어오는 거에 대해서 자꾸 한 번씩 튕겨주고.
Stop dulu, putar dulu. Ya, jangan beruntun. Ya, fokus lagi. Ya, ingat kontrol powernya di sini. Ya, ayo.
先上排队啊，先上排。对啊。
抓好，不用急，不用急。啊，上下也没有很危险。
来改这样打架身体一点，他不用太边哈。
一直压身体啊，不好，不喜欢这里。
Well, what can the Koreans do? What's the question?
I'm thinking it can't be delicate anymore. They can't be going for the intricate strategies. One, you've got to lift up the tempo for a start.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they're capable of playing faster than the Malaysians, so I think they have to drag it down a little bit and play with accuracy and hope that the change of ends helps them score points. There's several things. The first thing is to try and get Cheo Jung to the net, and if that's not successful, then she has to take up the fight with Choi Wei from the backcourt and let Sue be the net player and stay close to the Malaysians and see if they can let sort of the magnitude of the situation get to them. The worst thing that can happen for Sue and Che now is to get behind 3-4 points quickly.
Just pouncing on the third or fourth shot, injecting that power. Body shot that time. Played at the perfect spot, just over the left shoulder.
Again, good strategy to try and get Cheo Jung away from the net. She's less comfortable.
Start with a 3-1 lead. Really given to them.
First part of the job done. There's many more parts in it.
Just a little touch from Corey.
2, 3.
Almost a block.
One of the things that she does great is that she can play from the backcourt, but she can definitely also take care of the net.
Yeah, reads those angles, tight angles. That was reflex defense, and that's Chai coming in nicely. I think that might be a good source of points if she can keep doing that. Just moving along the net, found the space. It's grounded. So fast right now that I didn't even catch that thought. That's how fast it was at the net. Lightning pace. 3-4.
Some mistakes have crept in from Chen Changdi in the early stages here of the second game. Bit of discussion here.
Snatching a bit as Baekhan Lee So-hee playing the women's doubles later on if needed. Solid pairing. Age and experience.
We can see that there's chances for the Koreans that this will get to the Malaysians. Clever play there by Siu.
So, get ready to start.
Super important that Cho Wei keeps being alert at the net.
Yeah. Marginally out of position for a second, but recovered well, and it's Cheng Tang-ji that targets Che.
Cho Wei used to play women's doubles with Pearly Tan.
That's right, yeah. Had a glittering career on the junior circuit as well.
Yeah. Split when Cho had to undergo surgery for a sinus problem. No surgery. And then the women's doubles pair of Tina and Tan was created.
And they've gone on to great heights since.
It's so important that Cho doesn't lift on the block from Che Yu-jung. That she challenges.
Keeps it flat every time. 5-7. And the Koreans just can't afford that.
No, and this is a dangerous phase for the Koreans here, because if Chen and Cho gets confident again here in the second game, I think the chances are very slim for the Koreans. There's Chen Chang-ji from below the tape, making mistakes.
Definitely a lot more errors creeping in. Skies drop. Caught the Koreans flat again.
I think if I were the Koreans, I would take my chances on the flick serve to Cho Wei. I think she's been returning well. On the low serve.
Certainly have to disrupt that rhythm somehow.
Serve is over. 9-7.
The fifth error from Chen.
Seo trying to keep it flat as possible. Doesn't want to feed into Cheng Tang-ji's big shots. While approaching the second mid-game interval, and it's a little bit more stable from Korea.
Super play.
Absolutely.
8-10.
Challenge coming.
11-8.
Chen's made 7 of the 11 Korean points.
Yeah, but really has been gifted for the most part this lead. Can't really read that much into it. And still, the feeling that Seo and Che need to keep it a lot lower, a lot flatter, leading into this play for Malaysia.
Ya, buka dulu ke perempuan lah.
I'm always one to look ahead in the time. We still, of course, have a long way to go in this second game. If Malaysia do come through in this mixed doubles, wow, that's going to change the outlook of this tie. The powerhouse of Lee Si Jia up next.
I'm surprised to see that Karen Chia is sitting there watching.
And it could definitely come down to that. Of course, I think both of us agree that An Se-young is just a given these days.
Yeah, of course, that's the thing, that the two singles might not take that long. So, but otherwise, it could take like 4 hours before he's due to play. And sitting there, you spend emotional energy.
This guy's drop that's causing all sorts of troubles. Toei Lee gets into the act. That's exactly what the net player is supposed to do. A little further boost to the shot.
And there's going to be a battle for the initiative now. You can see Chen playing it downwards. So the Koreans got to make him uncertain on that play as well. It's great from Che Eun-jung. It's a really annoying shot because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of pace in it. You're sort of worried that it won't have enough pace to pass the net.
Look at that vicious dip, straight after the tape. Now, while the Malaysians have now hit the deck 3, maybe 4 times, they're still the ones asking all the questions here. That has been a couple of decent shots from Che Eun-jung, though. That was the net shot that just grazed the tape earlier. And that beautiful drop then. 12-10.
Play by Seo.
One of the first times that we've seen him really get a good jump off as well. He powers it home, gets a good steep angle on it. That lift.
You can see the Malaysians trying to play the backhand corner of the Koreans at the net and at the mid-court position, and if the Koreans can close that down, then in a good position.
Eugene adding a little bit more venom into her shots now. 14-10. Not a commanding lead, but it's something for Korea. Great stuff again from Toei Lee. Just lurking at the net.
And alert, believing that the next shot probably comes back at her. That's pretty much what you want your front court player to do. It's mixed doubles and women's doubles, men's doubles.
Yeah.
Wide.
Oh, it's gone wide. You can see that happening. challenge, yeah. So close.
15-12.
That area there, that's where the Malaysians are targeting a lot of their shots. They're reasonably open. See the way she moved, Che. He's alert to it now. That was going wide.
Oh, it's a great rally. Well, it was almost inevitable the challenge was going to come. Such has been the manner and pattern of play that we've seen so far. 15-12 is a pretty key point to challenge off as well. And here it comes. Oh, that's out.
16-12.
That's a lot of difference.
It's a huge difference. So, Seal and Che now 5 points away from forcing a third and deciding rubber game.
Che has taken control of the net. It's going wide.
Looked like it was going wide. Wonderful recovery. Wow, they were gifted a little then. Chloe really wasn't back on her feet. But they'll take it.
13-16.
It's good to see Che Yu-jung getting a little bit more into these points as well. As you said, she was a bit of a spectator in the first game. And it was all up to So Seung-jae to shoulder the burden, really.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more balanced. So 13-16. Important couple of points for Malaysia. If they can, they'd like to hold the Koreans at 16. That would be ideal. Not the way to do that.
And Cho Wei is starting to attach, in my opinion, a bit of negative emotions to mistakes. The last two.
Yeah.
He's been frustrated. Wide. He's taking everything. That's also gone wide.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I think if you see Cho Wei yesterday, there was a fist bump after every shot that she played, and it was just building that energy. A lot of people don't realize that it's the reaction to shots as well, that especially in fast-paced games. Oh, it's gone wide as well. No, they're not having much luck on the right side of the court right now. And this game, after those two critical points, now looking very much like it's falling the way of Korea.
It's a great comeback by the Koreans. Clever play, using placement, closing down the areas that the Malaysians have been utilizing. Think of how much attack we saw from the Malaysians in the first game.
So, body shot there, and they've got themselves 7 game points. So deep. Smart play.
Second game won by Korea, 21-13. One game all.
It is now game on. We did say at the start that it was a very odd start for Chen and To go that far ahead.
Compared to the last two matches.
Yeah, they're like journeyman pair. They do like to play it in 3. I think maybe that helps him with that fire inside when it comes into it. They like to fight for it.
Become as a little bit of underdogs.
Yeah.
After losing the first game, here played so well. Not only won the first game, they outplayed the Koreans in the first game. So their expectations rises, and if you're not used to these situations, you start to react. You must expect. I mean, it's a good pair. They've just reached the final of the All England, so you must expect them to play back at you. And for the Koreans, it's just a wonderful second game.
They strategically cut that. They dissected that second game up. Exactly where their weaknesses were. Malaysia, what do? Do they come out, try and go for the all guns blazing approach again in the third? Go for the strategic approach.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Now ready for the third and deciding game here. 37 minutes played on court so far.
Final game. Level. Play.
And the thing is, the problem for the Malaysians is that the Koreans, they're coming out with a better plan here than they had in the first game. They're not going to just be satisfied with a repeat of the first game. It's difficult to see here from our position very high above the floor, but it seemed like the lift was much flatter from Siu.
Turn flies wide. Third game, always important to keep pace with the scoreline. Snatched at it.
And there's just not an opening anymore in that backhand corner, or the opening has gotten a lot smaller. So you need to get Chae Jung away from the net, make her a little bit insecure again.
Those net exchanges definitely now have turned the other way. 3-1. Chae looking sprightly, revitalized. Game, she wasn't missing any of those.
No, but she wasn't given good working conditions by Chen either, because no time to get back in defensive position.
Absolutely one-way traffic. Can't allow themselves to get psychologically affected by this.
But they are.
They are. Ideally, they can't allow themselves to be psychologically affected by this, but they are definitely.
And I mean, they're still young, the two Malaysians, where both Siu and Chae, they were part of the winning team in 2017. So they're not really as high in tension level, I think.
Not too phased. That's out.
Playing a semi-final.
They've played the big stage. They know what to do. And right now, with every passing point, that confidence level increasing even more. 6-1 now. And you really do feel that Chen and To need to break back a couple of points at least as soon as possible.
Below the tape, so clever play, and that's what we have to credit the Koreans for, because you have to have the awareness and the technical ability to find the gaps.
That might be a ray of light for Chen and To, but they still have to work for it. A lot of work still to be done here in the third game.
Also the Malaysians' backhand mid-court area that's being targeted.
Well, they're keeping this one alive at least. Looking for some openings. Oh! That looked like it just skimmed the tape.
I think it did.
Have a look at it here. Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Completely different body language from the Koreans now.
We've seen it. I mean, yesterday in the match between Indonesia and China, the change, the difference in play, you wouldn't believe it was the same two pairs playing.
Yeah, exactly, right. This time,
everything's going the Korean way.
Yeah, absolutely. It just goes to show you the change of fortunes and how quickly things can turn in badminton. It's not just about your movement, it's not just about the shots. That's what everyone sees. But it really is about the drive and the hunger and the spirit. Mistakes creeping in everywhere now.
Change it.
You're right, the Koreans have just lowered the level of the shot. Seems to be catching out the Malaysians every time. That was pretty ambitious though from Cheng Tang-ji. Downward backhand. So 11-2. And well, plenty to talk about, let's put it that way, in the Malaysian camp.
Ya, berani kadang-kadang jab, kadang-kadang pressing. Ya, dia kadang-kadang masuk terus. Dia habis pressing, tunggu separuhnya. Dia kadang-kadang separuh lagi tuh. Kamu ajar nggak apa-apa?
20 seconds.
Ya, lebih nekat lagi.
20 seconds.
Harus nekat. Ya, nggak usah takut-takut. Nekat.
Steve, I always talk about it like you've just crossed into headline territory. I mean, if they do pull this comeback, this is going to be top story in all the sports pages.
Yeah. We shouldn't totally rule it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see soon after the interval
exactly how they respond to it.
Yeah. And there's two things in this. First of all, the Koreans playing clever. So we've got to find a solution to that. And then also Chen and To is going to have to loosen up.
Yeah. Agree.
So the mental strength they showed in two previous matches, they're going to have to find some of that. And they're not going to do I think pretty much the chance is gone. It's a very, very slim chance that they're going to make a comeback. Wouldn't rule it totally out.
Especially with Chase now almost powered up.
But the thing is,
12.
It's mostly psychological what's happening in here.
This really has just been carbon copy points coming through. Very, very fast exchanges, and almost every time ending with the tape being hit by the Malaysians.
And when nerves creep in, you somehow start doubting your reads. You start not believing that the things that you read so well in the first game is still gonna happen, or
14-3.
you start worrying that if I make a move in this direction, the shot is probably gonna go in the other direction. So it's a negative circle of thoughts.
They certainly look a lot more tentative in attack now.
This is what team tournaments does to people.
지금처럼 미리미리.
Parents, be warned. This is what they do. Your youngsters, your badminton youngsters.
So you mean don't let your children grow up to be team players? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess you could say. You could read into it that way. So the points falling very, very quickly for Korea now. So often the case, as you said, when you get over the hill, when you get over that point in the mountain, things rapidly go downhill.
Oi.
It was very wide. And that's first mistakes we've seen.
4-16.
Koreans do look like they're moving a lot more fluidly now, playing for each other. And Yu Jung, completely different player from the one we saw in the first game. Collected in the points, 4-16. Many would say last chance saloon. That didn't help either. Nothing going right. 17-4 into the closing gambit for Korea. And of course, we've been talking about the emotional state, the psychological state of the Malaysians. Conversely, if you're 18-4 up,
then you believe in everything you do. It's a lovely feeling.
You've got this glow and aura around you.
They know it, Chen and To, because they've had it the last 2 days.
Right.
Service over.
Just see it there with Seo Seung-jae. Even though he missed, he's bouncing on his heels. He's like ready for the next shot. 5-18.
Service over. 19-5.
It's unbelievable. Very weak from that distance. Make the shot. 2 points needed, and it's the first point in the tie for Korea.
Oh, he comes going wide. Really raised the game. Chen Jung.
I didn't think I was going to say it, but 15 match points.
Service over. 6-20.
That's one saved. But I'm all about the probabilities, Steve. All about, always have been. Had to happen. The amount of errors that the Malaysians were conceding, no way they were going to defend the other 13 match points, and the Koreans with a great come-from-behind win. They take the first point in the tie in some style as well.
Match won by Korea, position, 21, 21-13, 21-7.
It shows why they were selected. Experience.
Absolutely.
Strong performance to come back after experience in a first game like that.
They're really up against it, and there's confirmation of it. 51 minutes. And solid start to the tie for Korea. And if Malaysia thought that their third semi-final was going to go easy, well, that is going to show them. Coming up next, it's the men's singles. Lee Zijia with everything to tie up or level up this tie against John Hyuk-jin. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2023. Look at all these fans pouring into the Suzhou Olympic Sports Center. It is finals weekend and semi-final Saturday. A lot of events and attractions for all these fans around the Sports Center grounds. Inside the arena, this is the status of our first morning session. Has come from behind victory. 51 minutes for Korea. Up next is the men's singles. Lee Zijia against John Hyuk-jin. There they are, getting ready. About to enter the arena. So the players making their way out into the arena. And this is going to be an interesting one, Christine. Very similar in terms of their setup, in that there are deficiencies in the singles department. For Korea, it's the men's singles. For Malaysia, it's the women's singles. And of course, they have powerhouses on either side. So Malaysia very strong in the men's singles. And I'm just going to say An Se-young. That's all you have to say after the performance she's had. We'll get to that. Looking at the head-to-head, the slender 1-0 lead for Lee Zijia. That was at the Badminton Asia Team Championships earlier this year. And Zijia definitely has been firing this week.
Yeah. So far he's been doing well.
8, of course, and has picked up a couple of bronze medals, third-place finishes, the Swiss Open, the All England recently, and a very middling start to the year. Of course, having to deal with a lot of pressure in this stage of his career as well. But he's got the weaponry. 25 years old now, born in Kedah in North Malaysia. Ranked 8, has dropped from his second spot. Still, he's got his big smash, and that is definitely something now that most of his opponents have to avoid. Looking at his tournament results so far, well, look at that. Straight games, hasn't dropped a game yet. 25 minutes against Ricky Tang. Kidambi, that was a good win. And of course, Chao Ten Chen, there were some unbelievable recoveries happening there. And shocked, as I think all of us were, with the 5 minutes match he had against Victor Axelsen before Axelsen had to retire with that unfortunate hamstring injury. Once again, we wish Victor a very speedy recovery. Now, John Hyuk Jin, Steen, 27 years old, 69 ranked. He just took out Kenta Nishimoto. Patchy, he's in terms of form.
Yeah, but he was 7 years ago. He was in the final of Australia Open Super Series, so he can play, but he's been out with injuries and probably had to do some military service as well.
Right.
And then it's difficult to come back in the circuit here. But if we should rank him as a team player, men's singles,
right,
he would rank higher. And he's got one thing going for him in this match, and that is that Li Shijia knows that if he loses,
yes,
then
that's
Malaysia
it. It's game over.
Out.
That's the thing about team championships. We just saw his tournament results. He's selected for 2 of the matches so far. Hasn't dropped a game either. But yes, in terms of team progression, that's why it was also important in the mixed doubles to get that first point in, because if John Hyuk Jin can pull off another huge result here, then, well, with An Se-young's form against the opponent that she's facing as well, that's, you'd have to say, I told you I was all about the probabilities. Yeah. It's game over.
And
the umpire for this one, Emmanuel Gavotzile, joined by our service judge, Bert van Horenbeek. You were saying, Steve?
At the singles disciplines, we have Malaysia favourite here and Korea favourite in the next one, but the magnitude of being a favourite is much bigger for An Se-young. She's a much bigger favourite than Li Shijia.
Absolutely.
Represented by Li Xinjiang. And on my left, Korea represented by John Hyuk Jin.
Eyes. Hyuk Jin.
Malaysian serve. Level. Play.
And once again, it's about how much pressure can Li Xijia take. Remember, he didn't get to play yesterday. Just 7 points recorded here. But he takes control of that first point well, doing what Xijia does well. He's a tall lad, he's a big lad. He gets around this well. That's where John Hyuk Jin might be able to really profit. You can just see John just checking that touchline, that baseline. Every shot, waiting for that error. Playing.
2-1.
things you have to do when you're playing easy jump is you have to be able to last out the rallies, but you also have to hit it either ahead of him or behind him, because if you hit it above him, this is what happens.
Great pictures there. Again, bending. Power.
John showing that he too has a hitting zone.
Service over 3-2.
Pulling out all the stops to jump. Again, as you said, it really is about the mental game as well. The early part of the first game, it's easy to knock it out the park, really. All red.
4-3.
Set up by John.
Service over 4-all.
Turning into a fascinating contest already. Unbelievable pace to this match. 9 points played in 4 minutes. Both shying away from the longest rallies and looking to get on the attack as soon as possible.
Well played. One of the things you need to be good at when you have a big smash, you need to have a solid net gain as well. That's obviously one of the things the opponents will try to do.
And to his credit, he's actually improved his net game a great deal. At the beginning, when he was rising in prominence, it was all about that smash.
And then people start playing the net and playing back at you, and you have to be able to counter that.
It's that secondary phase.
Yeah.
It happens in football as well, when they start taking your legs out from under you. Darren Liu, Wang Chunhan, both singles players themselves. Of course, Wang Chunhan now has been retired for many years. Darren Liu just a couple of weeks ago. So 7-5 in the first bit of daylight between the players in terms of scoreline.
We have it here. No doubt about it. Li Shijiao playing with the drift here in the first game, but you saw that it's definitely possible for Jin to
go long as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice response from John. And he had control of that point. Great transitional shot from mid-court. That's tied it up. What an important point to win. He gets round the shuttle, makes his lead, twists the body, gets the shoulder and the torso in. Maximum momentum.
다시 붙여, 다시.
Backhand side, yet Nishijia, as he has from his forehand, and it's mostly his cross from the forehand that's been causing Jeon Hyuk-jin trouble.
Causing himself his own trouble there. But again, as you said, if Jeon Hyuk-jin, if you see him as an individual or a team player, all he has to do is keep pace with these points and try and nick the game at the end of it.
Yeah.
And that's going to put Malaysia in big, big trouble. To make sure Zijia doesn't soar ahead in terms of point differential.
Missed it.
So, into the first mid-game interval. 11-8 leads for Lee Zijia and Malaysia. Looking like they have a pretty good plan as to what needs to be done next.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
And as for Malaysia,
Coach, turn to your seat.
oh, that's a couple of words about that backhand side. It has been fascinating so far from these two.
Play.
Into the second phase of the first game. From John. Oh, beautiful drop shot.
One step forward. Half a step forward. There's going to be a lot of clears from Lee Zijia when he's at the back court. And if there is, just try and survive it as well as possible. Try to neutralize it, play it long into the court.
The longest rally so far, 26 shots. By far the most developed rally that we've seen. Not necessarily dependent on big smash.
Long.
But we knew it was coming at some point.
Korea challenges called again.
Well, I think he's going to be lucky. That looked like edge of the line.
It looked good to me, but it was so fast that it was difficult to see.
Edge of the line, there you go. Well, to be honest with you, I thought it was the edge of the other side of the line.
No, yeah, it looked good. They just need to repaint the line now.
12-9. Play.
Still that 3-point lead. Paid the price.
9.
But that is the thing with some of these top men's singles players, and Thinking about the likes of Anthony Sinisuka Ginting, Jonathan Christie especially, you literally have the tiniest window and the tiniest amount of space to aim at. Or else that shuttle's coming back with interest. Just like that. Good spell for Zijia.
Not really able to do anything about the cross smashes, John Hutchin.
Yeah, it's avoid them. You either avoid them or you just are picking up the shuttle.
Yeah.
But again, that backhand side looking a little bit vulnerable. Now, important serve for John. It'd be good if you could pick up a couple of points off this. Again, just keeping pace with the scoreline.
Service over, 15-10.
Close, but no cigar, as they say. Cut from Zijia. Absolutely.
16-10.
Just knew exactly when to leave it. Got with the clears.
Straight smashes hasn't really been working for Zijia, and if John realizes that, then he should definitely
be feeding those.
And leave that open and fully concentrate on the cross smashes. See if he can close that down.
Service over, 17-11.
That lead has been slowly but surely getting bigger and bigger. It's now up to 6 points. Zijia looking good. 402 kilometers an hour, faster than some hypercars.
And the thing is, you wouldn't try to return those.
If you could see them, you'd try to return them. I don't think you could. Oh, that was nicely left, yeah.
18-11.
He won him the advantage in the point, but couldn't find that straight drive down the line. Now, Zijia looking good. Take this first game. Game points. So much sting on that. You didn't need any more. 21-11, 16 minutes played. I'm sure that we're going to see Lee Zijia come up in the second game with even more power. As he's now confidently one game up. Important match in the tie for Malaysia. Certainly don't want to slip up here.
올린다 그러면 그냥 낮게라도 좀 쳐. 이렇게 드라이브 치고 괜찮아. 그리고 네가 이거 보고 보니까 알았어? 이렇게 하면서 그걸 풀어가야 돼. 쟤를 그것만 못 뛰게 하면 인내심에서 나중에 실수가 나고 한단 말이야. 너 그거. 야, 옆에 올라가게 해주면 되는 거고 좀 더 흘러가게. 그럼 네가 잡을 수 있어. 근데 바로 뜨는 걸 못 잡는단 말이야. 그렇지?
자, 그걸 끌어당기고.
스피드로 계속 타봐야 돼. 똑같이. 어차피 1세트 진 거도 진짜 먹고 잡혀.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Second game.
So on with the second game.
Play. Service over. 1 love.
Racket to that one, John. I would advise against lifting to the middle.
Yeah.
From a Korean perspective, because that makes it very, very hard to anticipate Lee Zijia's shots.
Try to intercept that.
3-1.
A good spell of pressure continuing on from the first game from Lee Zijia. And he picked that one up off the air pretty nicely too.
See Lee Zijia going straight soon on one of his smashes. Not necessarily for this match here, but for the overall development. He's been going cross so many times that it's simply obvious.
Frustrating time for John Hyuk-jin.
Yeah. I don't think he has any countermeasures. The Korean.
That's a great term, countermeasures. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Countermeasures to Lee Zijia's missiles.
Might be favouring that shot. Right now it's just been very effective. So an immediate 5-point lead in the second game.
And this is frustrating for the coaches when you sit out there and you can see that 90% of the smashes goes cross, both from the forehand and the backhand side, and your player still covers the straight ones. Covers them equally.
Fast exchange, couldn't control it.
7-1.
And this is some of the matches that we sometimes get in these team tournaments, where there's a matchup in strength level. Normally these two players, I mean, the ranking they have at the moment, they wouldn't get into the same tournaments.
That's true.
John Hyuk-jin would need to play on the Asian circuit, the European circuit. Wouldn't get into tournaments on the World Tour if all players participate. Super 750, Super 1000s. You see now, especially in the Olympic qualification period, but it's basically top 32 playing.
That's right, John. 69th in the world. Does with his ability. Very structured pyramid of play, and as you said, a very important time right now since May the 1st, the Paris 2024 Olympic qualification. It's exactly a year. Need to be in top form, consistent, bring out the results.
Yeah, well, I think for John, he's actually in good shape to qualify. He's the best, highest ranked Korean player, even at 69, 61, 69.
That's right, there's just limited spots, of course, when you get to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I mean, it really affects China, for example. That's a classic example with so many.
Yes.
Women's singles players now 9-2. And Lee Zijia has been varying up his shots a bit more. That was nice. I could say he'd be playing with a lot of confidence. That was nice from John.
Not even the highest ranked Korean, the highest ranked is Hyo Kwang-hee, who defeated Kento Momota at the Tokyo Olympics. But as far as I'm concerned, I heard he was retired. Definitely not on the team here in Suzhou.
Approaching the second mid-game interval, and it is one-way traffic right now. So, no discernible problems for Lee Zijia. Goes into that second mid-game interval, 11-2 up.
那个佛哥要有啊，不要放手，稍微速度高他一个点就够了，带着他自己蹦。那辛苦就没有不能的话挑回给他吧，帮得到就没事了，啊，打不死了，啊。
잡아가지고 이렇게 대각으로 이렇게 넘기란 말이야. 어? 그런 수비 포지션을 좀만 뒤로 나와. 지금 빠꾸들로 안으로 들어가면서 이제 해야 되는데 밀려 나오니까 밀려 들어서 이게 커버가 잘 안 된단 말이야. 알았어? 한 점 한씩 잡아 나간다는 생각을 해. 저도 괜찮은 거야.
Back on court for both players. And for Lee Zijia, this is the business end of this match. Looking good, very solid, and on course for delivering Malaysia's first point in this semi-final tie.
And it's important that it's being done in style, because you don't want the team to use unnecessary mental energy.
That's right. People always feel a lot better when things are going according to plan. That's how the world works. 12-2, and that was very confident again from Zijia. It was good defense, but when he can, doesn't even need it to be lifted too high to be putting in these winners. But as you said, Steen, still cross-court, really shying away from the vertical. Dimension to his game here in the second game. I think even more frustration for John Hyuk-jin. It's just not easy to play players like Lee Zijia anyway, and he did a pretty good job in the first game. He even scored 11 points, but this second game has been a rout. That's with all due respect to the Korean player. Lee Zijia, of course, is still looking like he's not going to drop a game all week. This is going to be his 4th win. That's actually the best run of form that we've seen from Zijia in a while.
That's the accuracy he has to play with, John, to score. If that would have been wide had he challenged that.
Caught that too. Didn't look in the replay. Looked a little bit less concrete.
But yeah.
And yeah, I think if we look at the form of Victor Axelsen, for example, who's now, or at least last year, was the complete player when it comes to men's singles. That's the kind of accuracy you have to come out reliably again and again.
Yeah. The level drops a little bit when you're this much ahead.
Yeah, complacency. Can't help it.
Or the knowledge that to win this match.
Flat, almost doubles-like exchange from the two players going toe-to-toe at the tee. That's harder to do. You just see how Zijia was in a semi-crouch. It's harder for taller players to do that. He's come through. 15-5. Intercepted that. He's feeling good now.
Satisfied with that.
Good point for him to win. so important to make sure you're on the move after every shot. Oh, 17-5. 4 points needed. Challenge coming from John.
No, from Lee. It was called wide. I think he could have challenged, but probably preferred just to keep the rhythm.
He's going to lose much anyway. I mean, you'd think 6 to 8 points is a buffer. 12. Danger of taking your eye off the game entirely. Felice John. Guys, the acute cross-court. Net. Doesn't work out.
And you can see that the maximum alertness has left Ishijah here. He knows he's going to win this.
Yeah, he's not in the danger zone.
No, he can go out and take a little sip of water and let John Hyuk-jin play a couple of points on his own and then come back.
Oh, there's another one of those fantastic shots. I saw a lot of them in the game against Chao Ken-chen. Reaching behind him. That's really nicely taken from 19-8. Kept it flat too. Very good in the middle of that point. Ishijah just moving forward, almost caging John, just cutting down the response time for each of the shots for one, and also just pinning him to that part of the court. So, 11 match points. And a good day at the office for Ishijah.
Yeah. Never really found any response to the smashes.
Didn't need the other 10. So, just 34 minutes that men's singles took. Expected, I guess. It's 21-11, 21-9, and his legion of fans are going to be very happy with that. Not to mention his teammates as well. And there's the new celebration. Seeing a lot of badminton players with some great celebrations these days. That one, of course, inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen a lot of footballer celebrations. Scored a goal for Malaysia. What he's done. 1-1 on the tie. So there's confirmation of that scoreline. 21-11, 21-9, 1-1. The tie leveled up here in the semi-final between Malaysia and Korea. And up next, well, it's a tough ask for Malaysia as An Se-young is up against Letshana Haripathavan. in the women's singles. Back to the BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2023 here at the Suzhou Olympic Sports Centre. It's semi-final Saturday, the morning tie, the morning session. It's Malaysia taking on Korea. It's 1-1 on the tie right now. That's how it has developed. 51 minutes in the mixed doubles. It was Korea 1-0, but then 35 minutes. Very solid, comprehensive match from Lee Zijia, and it's 1-1. Up next, the women's singles. It's Karu Pathavan Lechana versus An Se-young. The ladies in the tunnel, ready to make their entrance into the arena. So, Karu Pathavan Lechana. A big task in women's singles for Malaysia. I say, Steen, that it's a big task is because, well, the hottest name right now in women's singles by far, statistically, on court, is An Se-young.
Yeah, and she's also been the best playing women's singles player in this tournament so far.
That's right.
No doubt about it.
She's beaten the best on a number of occasions. She's turning into a real nemesis and rival to the world number one, Akane Yamaguchi. Of course, An Se-young swiftly has made it up to world number 2, 6 finals this year. She won the All England, Indonesia Masters, the Indian Open, second in the German Open, the Malaysian Open, and of course made it to the Badminton Asia final as well. He's very tired, as you expect from that point. He's beaten by Tai Tzu Ying. Coin toss. So, as I said, with no disrespect to Lechana at all, it's going to be a very tough situation for her. And Korea with a very good chance of making it 2-1 on the tie, and that, of course, as you said from the beginning, means the focus is going to be on men's doubles. And Aaron Chia, So Yik, most probably looking a little bit far ahead, going to have to defend that lead. Still, let's see what happens. Badminton is an incredible sport for turnarounds and upsets. So, do you know anything? I know Lechana's been out already this week, but now replacing Go Jinwei, who I'm expecting wouldn't be playing 3 games in a row due to a general recovery rate.
Yeah, but also I think more or less the Malaysians have in their minds conceded this women's single here.
Yeah, that's quite smart play.
Go Jinwei played a long match yesterday evening against Mia Bligfeld, lost 21.
So in her one outing, as we see there, Tiffany Ho from Australia was straight games win there, 41 minutes. That's good for Nancy Young. You only see her doing that after she's won. She's actually very straight-faced, 21 years old, born in Gwangju, and really she has been improving and improving her game every match she plays, every tournament she plays in, and that's why she's well deserving of that #2 ranking. Look at that. Look at the results there. Straight games against Akane Yamaguchi and Tai Tzu Ying. 52 minutes and 48 minutes. Wow. That alone is all you really need to see. Tai Tzu Ying, of course, playing out of her skin this year, now that she's announced her retirement next year after the Paris Olympics. She really has been stepping up her game.
Tai Tzu Ying has announced her retirement numerous times.
You don't think that this time is going to be the one?
I think she's going to take the Olympics. 32 might be her last.
Definitely not going to contest that at all. And it's so frequent these days that you see sportsmen come back from retirement. It seems to be like just an extra chapter in their story.
Yeah. Kyun and Song Ji-hyun.
So umpire here, Mansuri Sarat Jachian. She's joined by our service judge, Andrea Chiapini.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia, represented by Karupatevan Leshana. And on my left, Korea, represented by An Se-yeon. Malaysia to serve, love all, play.
Slip. That's not really what you want to do on the first rally in a big stadium full of people watching, and you're playing on the only court.
In fact, she was lucky with that fall as well.
I think so. She could have rolled her ankles.
Yeah, absolutely. Marauding attack from An Se-yeon. Just testing out equivalent of a serve volley in tennis, that is. The big shot, follow up. Response time down. Shoot it into the corner.
every other fan of Malaysian badminton needs to do. We need to judge Leshana on
absolutely, yeah,
how she's performing, not the final score.
That's very good. Well, she has had some success this year on the international challenge circuit, on the Uganda international, in fact. Leshana
beat Neslihan Yit from Turkey in the final there. Quite convincingly, actually. I think Yit was runner-up at the European Championships last year.
That's why she's justified her selection.
Play.
A little bit too obvious. The attempt at a deceptive service return there. But we've seen a couple of times now how susceptible she is to deceptions herself, Leshana, and that suggests to me that there's not a whole lot of players in the Malaysian practice hall that are playing those deceptions.
She's showing she's got that ability to see the outright winners. Of course, the big difference that really does affect rankings is unforced errors. And that's when it comes down to the top players. They can keep those down at such a level, and you know, past top 50 do start creeping in. And while it is fine, of course, to make errors, but against the top players, results sometimes can fall away from you.
And it's also sometimes easier to play the top players because there's no expectations. So
that's true. That's true.
The shot goes just a little wide, and doesn't really make a big difference. But if it's in there, then that was a good play. And
yeah,
those two last errors here, they're just costly. Playing with the drift, Leshana.
That's true. There's one of them. Just goes to show you that even the top players under pressure sometimes take their eye off that target. And I guess from a coach's point of view as well, it's a great experience. If you've got the chance, if you, as you said, you've conceded this women's singles as being very difficult to win, put these young players in, let them get this big game experience against the top players to see what it's going to be like.
Yeah, it depends a little bit, because sometimes, I mean, I've discussed it with colleague Trevor previously in the week, that it needs a lot of debrief after the match and after the tournament, because sometimes you experience that the gap is so big that you get a little bit disheartened. So you got to have a coach that afterwards can sort of
break it down,
bring some confidence in, get some video clips that sort of gives you confidence that over time you can achieve something similar.
Or else it disincentivizes you, right?
It can do, Great play again. And it's basically not a shot that's designed to win it, it's just designed to keep on, keep the initiative going.
So far so good, however it has turned out, just 3 points back. Safe to say An Se-young has never really had to get out of this opening gear of hers.
to play.
Great shot.
Yeah. Moves around well. China.
7-9.
Very nice.
Service over. 10-7.
The defensive movement to the front court area definitely be an area that needed attention. Needs attention. Home from these World Championships eventually.
Pressure on Sir Yong. Just a good idea.
11-7.
So, first game, mid-game interval, and Sir Yong 11-7 up.
타이밍이 딱딱 맞는 거는 잘 뛴단 말이야. 한 번씩 타이밍 스윙을 빨리 잡아서 놔주거나 빨리빨리 툭툭 떨궈주거나 이런 것들은 못 잡는단 말이야. 그러니까 그런 타이밍을 조금만 잘 찾아야 돼. 타이밍을 뺏어서 한번 흔들어주고 상대를.
딱딱해 보이잖아. 어떤 거
20 seconds. Then follow by the next one, follow by the next one. Just do your best.
Ada satu lagi ya dari sini ini you punya weapon tapi perhatikan sudah 20 second.
Back on court.
11-7. Play.
Probably the most key term that we got from the Malaysian side was do your best.
Yeah.
Did well to keep the rally alive. A little bit ambitious on the drop shot, but structurally, fundamentally, playing into the right spaces. Is that China?
Wait.
7.
Saw her opportunity.
7.
Tried to pounce in on that. Denied by the nets.
Service over. 8-15.
Yeah, that's well left.
Service
There's
over.
Young.
16-8.
high lift serve again.
Finally, we had the linesman on that middle line in action.
Oh, nicely executed point from Lechana in Malaysia.
Service over. 9.
So Young definitely overcommitted herself there. That just goes to show you. See that? Look at that body position. Very hard to recover from that, no matter how good you are. Keep yourself very open, and it's a good run of points from Lechana.
Service over. 17-10.
But that's a fantastic ball shot. Look at where the shuttle lands. Sort of in the middle of the net.
Makes that little dip as well.
Box.
Yeah. Unplayable. $18-10. Was out. I think she was watching it land. She would have expected that to be a little bit more out. 10 game points, but also 10 good points for Lechana.
Yeah, more or less as is expected.
Yeah, I mean, we all expected this result from the first game, but I think a lot of people would have thought that's going to be a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. 21-10, 14 minutes. Am So-young on her way.
A bit from there. So here you can hit, it's fine.
Kedua, berusaha pikirnya lebih simpel sedikit. Yang simple, berani aja. Kalau dia matikan you dengan quality atau apa, that's okay. That's okay. Because memang masih kalah kan. Tapi yang penting berani dulu. Berani penat.
The forehand side, when you change speed, you can go straight first, then follow up the next one. Then only you go there. Because
가는 게 아니라 돌아가게 만들고 돌아가는 거죠. 앞으로 되고 돌아가는 거. 너무 쉬워.
길대로 얘가 이렇게 잡고 있는 건
depannya perhatikan banyak main tengah atau kanan sedikit. Sininya lebih danger. Dari sininya dia kontrol you banyak itu nafi kan.
go to the middle, to the forehand side.
Ya,
Right?
berani kalau you bisa lihat sebelah sini kan mungkin kalah angin. Lob-nya sekali-sekali pam tinggi atau apa tak apa berani.
More daring.
Kalau dia boleh quality matikan you, that's okay. Accept. Lama-lama akan dapat.
Sometimes the transition just flat drive and come in a bit, not too or soft. She will charge in already. She charge in, then she delay you like that. It's very difficult. So then come in, buka, and then come back, defend like that.
Ada satu belajar keberanian. Jumpa yang top player atau apa ini kesempatan untuk you ngomongin. Itu that's okay.
Stay believe. Yeah, stay believe.
Second game, Lobo, play.
Now out on court for game 2. Lechana with a new set of instructions from her coaches. Really good advice there as well. Just asking him to soak up the attack, wait for opportunities. Really got behind that.
Yeah, very quick shot movement there.
She already knew exactly where she was going to hit that, so yeah. The high lift, the return, too hard to control. Snatched. In the right place at the right time. She hooks that back.
Service over. 4-3.
Almost the same shot we saw Luciana make a few rallies ago. Quick shot movement.
Base, at least with the scoreline. So 5-3 up. Stop that movement. She knows it.
You can get a little bit better length. Play the backcourt without too much worry here in the second game. Luciana
shooting into the wind.
Yeah.
Sudah agak out position, tak payah paksa ya.
Thank you. Play.
All right.
Yeah.
Good shot quality from the Malaysian.
Taking the advice of her coaches, just sitting back, soaking it up, playing the right shot at the right time, never getting ahead of yourself or overcommitting, because if you do that against a top player, then they're just going to shoot in behind you. And that's the first bit of frustration that we've seen, I think, from An Se-young. She hasn't had to get out of first gear, but definitely wanted to kill that point off. 6-all. It's a good showing from Malaysia. well positioned.
Agamor work does the trick.
7-6.
In the end, not getting back for Luciana.
The server is ready.
Takes an extra step to break there with the left leg.
All that space to aim at.
Oh, belajar break point dulu baru.
And that's the thing when you have an underdog versus favorite situation. You just can't take anything away from what the underdog does. Really have to look at it as on this very big stage. There's been some sparks, quality. Definitely. I mean, you can read more into it. You compare it to the other match that she played this week against Tiffany Ho from Australia. She's stepped up quite well, Luciana, actually, in terms of the class of opponent. Approaching the second mid-game interval. Drive.
11-7 interval.
Seong lives out that rally once again and is ahead. 11-7, the second mid-game interval.
Ada satu yang you punya tangan ya. Because sebelah sini kan dari tadi you buka, you lob kan tak out. Terus kalau lobnya takut-takut ya, wah dia all the way dia boleh tekan you. Lobnya agak berani sedikit.
Push her back again more. Because the wind will push the ball in a little bit. If it's too soft, then she counter attack you easy.
Lepas itu banyak buka kanan mungkin. Sebelah sini kontrol you banyak overhead. Ya,
forehand side.
Same scoreline as in the first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
12-7.
She had the required weaponry, Luciana. She'd be able to make a jump for the second game, but you just get the feeling she's always going to be behind in the score. And An Se-young closing in on what will be, or should be, 2-1 scoreline in the tie. Getting to that dangerous time when it can close out. 2-1. Pressure's going to be on the men's doubles.
Service over. 8-13.
Of encouragement from these points. But still, an air of inevitability. An Se-young closing in once again. Yet another victory this year. was a very good point. When we were talking about how An Se-young has improved her game over the years. That mobility, her ability to track around the court, but also then just return to a very good position right in the middle. She's always a couple of steps away. Add that to this great shot-making ability, and you've got great on your hands. Just a good variety of shots there.
15-10.
One of the things to be aware of when evaluating this match is to sort of maintain a lot of confidence for Lichana, but also painting the right picture for her. And the right picture is that An Se-young here
Korea
is not at all
called out.
100%.
Oh, yeah, sure.
She's at a safe margin to what she needs to be, but she hopes to play tomorrow.
Exactly, she's just pulling it back a bit. And 70% of this challenge out. Well, I always like to say, you may as well use your challenges. No point in having two challenges at 18 points. So
11-15.
probably worth a shot. But yes, completely agree. Needs to save herself. This is by far the only match this week where she's been able to save herself, because she was pushed herself. She was pushed by Su Ying and Yamaguchi.
Coverage in front court.
상태영아 백 잘 쳐 끝까지.
16-11.
Also playing with the drift, still managed to control that to the baseline. Another thing she has to watch out for, of course, is injuring herself.
So two yesterday, two Olympic champions.
Yeah, that's right.
Accessing with the strain in his hamstring.
Taipei was the other one, right?
Yeah, that was Li Yang, the Olympic men's doubles champion in half of the combination. Didn't play with his partner yesterday, with Ye Hong Wei, but reached game point in the first game. He injured himself and eventually it's clear in the middle of the third game, the middle of the second game, that he couldn't play on.
And let's not forget the minor knock from Cheng Tangji as well in the ankle.
Yeah.
Fast surface, fast conditions. Watch yourself.
Good awareness from An Se-young. Playing a really good shot. Perhaps Lichana could have gotten to it, but then they would have just played on instead of getting in over her head and creating an error.
Try to inject that pace.
Had a good bounce if that was to be a shot that could stay inside the line on An Se-young's side. Of photographers here.
That one's shocked that there was a camera on her camera. Would expect that. Surely you should be pointing that camera elsewhere. That's good from Lichana. Oh, just couldn't keep up with it, but once again, almost a doubles type flat exchange at speed. Something you don't usually see in the women's singles game. What I love about women's singles is the fact that it's played at this wonderful pace. Easy to get into. Good idea. Again, that will come with time. So, 8 match points. An Se-young, job done, much as Li Zijia did for Malaysia, the singles. Sword fight.
Service over. 13-20.
Both players going for the same shuttle. Quality, that's right. Just nursed the shuttle over. Well, as you said, not the top strength, and Young has a huge screen from her. She's definitely pulling in the celebrations these days. 21-10, 21-13. Korea 2-1 ahead in the tie. 32 minutes on court. There's confirmation of that scoreline. 32 minutes, 21-10, 21-13. And coming up next, it's match 4. Men's doubles, Aaron Chan, Seo Yik, and Kim Won-ho and Na Seung-seong in Korea with their first chance to possibly close out the tie. Stay with us. So back on court 1, and this is how this semi-final has been playing out so far. As you can see, 2-1 to Korea on the tie. And up next is the men's doubles. Aaron Chow, Seo Yik taking on Kim Won-ho and Na Seung-seong. Chian So-yik entered the arena. Aaron Chian sporting the silver hair theme of the Malaysian squad. It does change from tournament to tournament, I can tell you that. Kim Won-ho and Na Sung-seong, capable Korean pair, and they will have the first chance for Korea to close out this tie. It really is very much about Aaron Chian So-yik defending this tie scoreline and hopefully pushing it to the women's doubles, which will be, well, that's going to be a great affair, but we'll get to that if we get to that. First meeting for these pairs, which is actually quite unbelievable.
Right.
Don't you think, Steve?
Black or
Well,
red.
it's the scratch pair, the Korean pair, so that's the reason why when they played 2 tournaments together.
Service, who serves? Nah.
So receive.
Toss.
So receive. This side. Good match.
Both pairs with the skills needed for the men's doubles game. Fast, very fast. So-yik and Na Sung-seong have to play the net. Kim Won-ho with that ability to read angles through the players. Aaron Chian, of course, great at doing exactly what he's doing right now. Picking shuttles off mid-air. I know you're a big fan, Dean, of Aaron Chian.
Yeah, I think he's got excellent skills, especially his specialized scorpion shot.
Yeah. Love that name. 26 years old, ranked 2 in the world. Said has, since their World Championship win last year, they would have liked to have had a lot more results. Quarterfinalists at the Indonesian Masters, second at the India Open earlier this year. So-yik, 25 years old, was in great form yesterday. Booked their spot in the semis. And again, yesterday it was really down to the men's doubles in the tie. Even after that, there you go. That's their tournament results so far. They haven't dropped a game in the 3 matches they were selected, and all matches under 50 minutes. Good performance from them. Definitely something that's wanted. I myself am a big fan of Kim Won-ho. I think that he's dispatched himself really well recently. 23 years old, born in Suwon. He's a useful player, versatile player to have around. That's interesting.
Ready to play?
Growing his hair out since the last time I saw him. 23 years old from Gwangju. As you said, scratch pairing, have reached their highest rankings with different partners. Have a good chance here. And that might be the most significant stat so far. Didn't really have to play in the quarterfinal with that retirement. And not selected for 3 group stage matches. Got a very established pairing against one still finding their feet. Umpire for this one, Bert van Horenbeek. Service judge David Graf Washburn.
Ladies and gentlemen,
match.
on my right, Korea, represented by Kim Won-ho and Na Sung-seong. And on my left, Malaysia,
Presented by Arunja Sowuyi. Nasumshung Sowuyi. Lovell. Lei.
Actually, we need to make
1-0.
Very nice. Nasum Xiong.
2-0.
One of the reasons why he's been selected to play with Kim Won-ho. Kim's regular partner on the World Tour, Choi So-ju, is a little bit more unstable in his services.
Department, right.
The players experimenting with these spin serves now been outlawed. Yeah. This week and the next moment. So what we're seeing is the tumble serve, where the difference between the tumble and the spin serve is that here you don't pre-spin the shuttle. So the amount of spin tumble you get on it is less than with the spin serve.
Right, right.
Brought to fame some weeks ago by Dane Marcus Rinshøi.
That's been a hot topic right now.
Caused a bit of panic around the world. Wow, that's
a great little angle foul. Nasum Xiong playing out of his skin right now. Not just at the service game, he's been acquitting himself perfectly at the back court as well. And 6-love lead for the Koreans.
That it was a combination of a tumble serve and sort of moving racket and shuttle from side to side.
So their first points on the board. Finding some good space in the corner.
3-6.
Very steep from Kim Won-ho. Just couldn't capitalize on it. Nasum Xiong.
4-6.
Got to find his length. Chow. He closed up well after that 6-love deficit. For him. Nasum Xiong looks like he's wise to it.
And he's of course being tested by the Malaysians in the beginning as he's the new entry, so to speak.
Yeah.
Tasted a lot of success at the Asia Mixed Team Championship.
That's the last time I saw him, yeah.
Beat world number ones, Alfian and Arianto. Was
Well, I don't think Kim and Na expected to leave that one, but it worked for them. 9-5. Scoreboard balancing itself out somewhat. The Malaysian coaching staff, highly decorated former Indonesian player. Great from Kim Won-ho.
10-8.
Love the fact going all the way across. Aaron Chia has to cover the middle a little bit here. Kim finds the open space.
So 11-8. Mid-game interval and the Koreans ahead.
Okay, satu. Nombor dua, main punya bola, jangan pergi block first punya bola. Bagi panjang dulu. Panjang dia masuk. Okay? Jangan block dulu, because dia masuk dulu. Panggil panjang dulu dan you masuk. Okey? Mana?
Sejauh dia dulu dari ini.
20 seconds.
Kim Won-ho, Kim Won-ho.
Ya.
급하게 막 서두르게 하지 마.
Play.
Oi,
oh,
great play.
What a shot. Seung really thought he was onto a winner there. And Chia just picks it up. Cute cross-court angle. Kim Won-ho, dominant.
12-9.
Very late take from So-Yik, and in all honesty, that was wonderful recovery from Aaron Chia. Just couldn't do enough. Very late take there. Just Aaron Chia second-guessed his shot. That was the problem. Pressure from Kim Won-ho.
Opportunistic play by the two Koreans, going for initiative.
And I have to say, the times I've watched Kim Won-ho play and he's on form, he does have this amazing ability to really put the pressure on. That's exactly what he did in that point. 14-9.
So quick at the net.
Yeah.
Sensing that the Malaysians are reluctant to lift.
So he's going for the kill.
Gets it past Aaron Sharp.
That's going wrong. This is a great passage of play for the Koreans. Not only are they in full-out attack, whatever's coming back in terms of defense is also strewn with errors.
They've won the service situation so far.
Yes, they've been really strong on the serve.
A little bit disheartening, the smash from So Woo-yik.
Yeah. The Malaysians definitely know we're up against it here. I didn't even see that coming. That was so fast. Just to give you an idea of the pace of this game, 11 minutes on court. That's all so far. It's 18-9. Really down to these kills from Kim Won-ho. Wonderful service game from Na Sun-cheong.
Just lifting the Koreans. Relying on their defense. This time it didn't work.
Yeah, confident in their defense and they want to soak it up with this point buffer as well. Seems like it's a good ploy. Again, just phantom racket of Na Sun-cheong. Korean drums are beating.
It's looking a little bit like the first game we saw in the mixed double.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Chen and To came up firing more cylinders on the far side of the court there. That's what's going to be interesting to see how the change of ends affect Aaron Sharp, So Woo-yik. There's also a bit more firepower in Na Sun-cheong than in Cho Sung-ju.
Immediately looking for that steep downward angle. 9 game points. Exactly the start Korea wanted here in the men's doubles. That's great defense. Almost for Kim Won-ho. I think based on what we saw defensively there, Steen, I would soak up. I mean, this is it. This is why they're confident in the defense.
Yeah.
Retrieving and sending the shuttle back at full speed. It's been snapping back this shuttle. 21-12.
First game won by Korea. 21-12.
Korea in good form here.
먼저 첫 번째 우리가 초보로 강하게 들어오는 스매싱을 안 때린다고 쟤네들이. 그거를 빨리 생각해서 붙이고 때리고 내가 그걸 공격적으로 할 건지 붙여서 공격을 만들어줄 건지를 판단을 해줘야 되고, 네트 플레이, 드라이브 싸움을 했었을 때 자, 공격하고 쟤네는 무조건 반대로 뺀단 말이야. 그거를 앞사람이 잡았으면 잡고 안 되면 그 뒷사람이 조금 더 붙어준 것보다 그 동작이 더 빨리 들어가야 된단 말이야.
그건 움직임을 더 가져가야 돼. 멈추고 올라가면 안 되고. 그게 그거냐.
Masuk. Dia masuk ke block ya. Lewatnya itu. Itu laki itu kayak yang pendek itu. Kamu semua itu kayak situ pendek. Di antara itu kayak pindah sini. Harus pindah. Jangan terus itu. Oke? Kau bola lagi tak enak depan ini. Hantam tengah dulu. Hantam tengah biar dia tak bisa kasih angle masuk. Paham? Ya? Yang penting jangan kasih dia yang dia mau dia dapat. Yang mau itu kamu semua ini. Keluar kamu punya barang dulu. Kamu punya main dulu. Oke? Come on. Ya? Keluar kamu punya tim dulu.
Now, we did say, of course, in that first mixed doubles match that saw a start quite like this. It is all about mental toughness and psychology. And one thing you have to say about Aaron Chan Sowoyik is they don't usually do things in 2 games. Quite happily to take it to extra points in the third if they need to.
I think it depends a lot on Sowoyik here in the second game. Will he get back in this match? He's oftentimes the one who's more vulnerable in terms of nerves, and that's going to be interesting.
Ends changed, as you said.
Yeah, and that means that, I mean, of course it means they're playing with the drift and they have an advantage in the smashes and so on, but it also means that Aaron Cha can probably serve his tumble serve a little bit better. And in the flat game, the shots arrive a split second faster on the Koreans' court, just as they did in the first game. It was just on the Malaysians' court there. So you tend to, if you're not really alert, you're getting a little bit late on everything.
Right.
Good start. So
great start. Like refilling that confidence. Good serve.
1-3.
Left a little bit on the third shot there. It's got a lot of strapping on.
Yeah, I understand.
Now it's the Malaysians who has the upper hand in the flat game.
Good coverage as well. And just the right spot. Boots it over the shoulder of Kim Won-ho into the corner.
Important lead by Kim Won-ho because that would make the defense a little bit more insecure on the Malaysian side, knowing that they're defending with the drift.
Last minute leave works out. And China's definitely stepped up in the second game.
Kamu sudah itu ikut terus dengan kamu punya game, ya.
So 5-2, and a slightly different complexion already to the second game.
Serve 3-5. Serve up. 4-6.
It's all playing into the hands of Chan So at the moment, but Kim and Na still within striking distance. Smash. First from Na Sung-seong, then from Kim Won-ho. Good enough. Important couple of points for them.
Wow. He's challenging Kim Won-ho.
Out these rallies right now. And I can see what you mean about So-yik needing to tighten up a bit.
Yeah, but also Aaron Chow actually, and he's made 3 errors in the last 6 rallies. So 2 out on the side, and now this defense in the net.
50% unforced errors.
Yeah,
it's definitely not something that any player or pair wants. Another one, yeah.
Sometimes it comes because you feel that you have to make something happen.
And that thought overpowers your eyes.
Yeah, you're trying to find gaps that really aren't there.
Movement there from Kim Won-ho and Na Sung-seong. Yeah, Na Sung-seong just shot over to that side of the court and kills it. And he has been the defining factor, really. That's backed up nicely by his teammate Kim Won-ho. We've seen him go. But he's also proved to be very responsive and reactive to his plate. So I wonder if we'll see him do that again. Brilliant from Na Sung-seong. Even just a shot before. His reply from Aaron Chia just scraped over the net, and then after that, as soon as that lift came back, he's up. 9-7. Now, not going to be the prophet of doom here at all, though it has been seen from me before, but 9-7, game up. 2-1 up in the tie, 10-7 now.
Not really being given any rest from the Malaysians. There's pressure all the time. They really have to play fast and furious and be accurate at the same time, because otherwise the Koreans are over them.
That's a good way to stop that 100 points. They're behind now, Yeon-so. Need this service to work. You need to, as you said, find the space, release the pressure. Just last ditch dive. Still not at the second mid-game interval just yet.
Thank you.
good response from Chan, so they needed this. Can't afford to keep making those errors now. Getting into the second game interval, and it is 11-10 to Korea.
Tapi di bola ke atas dibuat apa? Sekarang kamu angkat, kamu tak buat. Jangan semua gini kan. Dia buat masuk atas. Nih. Tapi semua saja.
Belok begitu, tak ada masalah. Kamu asal dapat dia, jadi enak. Ya.
먼저 중간 플레이에서 중간 플레이 했었을 때 직선 대각 코스를 좀 넓게 보면서 플레이를 해줘야 돼. 알겠지?
Super important coaching this one, being as close as it is here, and everything you can, everything you say can and will be used against you as a coach there, because you want your players to feel a little bit better than your opponents.
True.
You don't want to say too much, but you want to say enough so that you can help them get a win in this second game, whichever side you're coaching.
That helping hand is there. This second passage of play, the second game, is just crucial for Malaysia, being one game down. They do not want to be dicing with an exit as you get to the business end. Great movement from the Koreans. Oh, it's in! So fast, that pattern of play from them.
12-10.
Rescued well, and it's out. Well, challenge coming. Is that looking?
I think it looked like it was very, very close. It might have clipped the line, but one of those shots that probably is out. But definitely want a second opinion.
That's out. That's clearly out. Whatever did we do before the advent of Hawkeye?
13-10.
Now this, 3-point leads. I'm not going to start any kind of countdown just yet, but
Korea, we complain to the umpire.
Yeah. That's what we did. The John McEnroe way.
No matter whether we were right or not. Super fast in the flat game.
This is really confident stuff, and that's the thing.
12 of the last 17 points to the Koreans.
Wow. Wow. That's the thing, you're talking about the energy and the mind to go on these point runs in badminton and 4 points ahead.
Wide. Boy, that's a good shot.
Oh, it's a great shot.
Fantastic save by
Can you believe it? It's full-on defense for Malaysia. Now we can start the countdown. 6 points, and Korea are in the final. Over the net. Best chance for Chan So.
And they need Chan to get on a roll with his service third shot actions here. Malaysia.
Yeah, but has actually been missing that third shot point hold. Dangerous now.
Super play from him. Step up. Good. From a Korean perspective, is it him or An Se-young who's the MVP in the team right now? The newcomer is definitely Na Sung-sung.
I think it's Na Sung-sung. I think he's really stepped in. The master stroke from the Korean coaching staff. But he's also delivered.
Wow! That is amazing. He's just on fire.
Yeah. I said, so impressive, Kim Won-ho, when he's on his game. Just moves forward relentlessly and keeps his accuracy. That's the point. Comes forward, he's accurate. He's accurate. No, it's just a door shutting, basically. 17-11. 4 points needed.
Gets that back as well.
That's amazing. Talk about transitional defense. An outright winner. Oh, things getting very tough indeed for Malaysia here in this first semi-final. Playing off belief now.
It's a whitewash.
And they are 2 points away from a spot in the final. Play either China or Japan, as they will be fighting it out later on this evening.
Super impressive performance by Kim and Na.
Well, I think Na Sung-sung started it off, but Kim Won-ho has just risen into the position together. Light work of the world champions, and they're still doing it. Well, how about this? 9 match points, 9 tie points, 9 chances to get into the final. And based on the errors that we've seen, Chan So, told you, I'm all about the probabilities. Not looking good. Can they pull it off? So you're not looking too happy there.
I think there's a lot of other men's doubles combinations. They've seen this match, they're not looking too happy either.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's gone wide. So it is the worst situation for Aaron Chan So-wook, down in straight games in just 33 minutes. And what's more important, I guess, is that Korea have made it through to yet another final at the Sudirman Cup. A great win for them. So once again, Pearly Tan and Tinap Muritharan just spectators. Not needed, but this time they're not going to be needed for the rest of the tournament. What a performance from Na Sung-sung. There's confirmation of that. Wow, 33 minutes, 21-12, 21-11. Just devastating form from the Koreans. Now looking at the full results, well, it started off with that great win for Seo and Chai in the mixed doubles. Lee Zijia delivered his point duly, as did An Se-young in the women's singles. And then that made it 2-1 to Korea, but then Aaron Chan So-wook, they just were shell-shocked really by a wonderful combination from Kim Won-ho and Na Sung-sung. No need for the women's doubles, and Korea have progressed to in this session 1 semi-final this morning. And looking at the draw, there you go, there's our first finalist. 3-1 winners, Korea are through. They meet either Japan or China. We're going to have to wait and see, but what a performance from Korea once again. They did well against Japan with that 5-0 rout. Looking at the schedule for day 7, that's one semi-final out the way. 5 p.m. local time. This evening, China taking on Japan in the other semi-final. And all that remains is for me to thank Steen Pedersen for joining me today in the commentary box. Thanks, Steen. And from session 1, it is goodbye, but do stay tuned to our continuing coverage of the BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2023.